from court justice to court jester.
The Democrats on the Senate Judiciary Committee released its investigative report after a 20-month probe into the ethical crisis at the Supreme Court, and its findings are damning.
Damn, damn, damn!
The report added, quote, "The number, value, and extravagance of the gifts accepted by Justice Thomas have no comparison in modern American history."
Are you unbelievable, man?
At this point, throw the whole Supreme Court away. Really though, because whether it's a drunk Brett Kavanaugh sexually assaulting women, Jeannie Thomas spearheading an insurrection, or Scalia and Clarence Thomas receiving luxury gifts, then going out of their way to not report them, compromised is an understatement. A Supreme Court judge, cloaked in the robes of justice, casually accepting lavish gifts from his billionaire sugar daddy is not just a stain on our justice system, it's the failure of it.
In addition to the previously reported undisclosed luxury trips taken by Justice Clarence Thomas, there were even more instances of him accepting private jet flights and yacht trips from his billionaire benefactor Harlan Crow.
Now the world don't move.
A yacht, a private jet.
How about blowjobs?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
The report criticized rightly Thomas's refusal to recuse himself in cases relating to the 2020 election, saying, quote, "Despite the interests of Ginny Thomas in every case concerning the 2020 election and the January 6th insurrection, Justice Thomas has inappropriately participated in all but one such case before the court."
Yeah, he can't recuse even if he wanted to, because that's not how accepting bribes work. He now has a job inside of a job to do. If nothing else, it is now abundantly clear that absolutely none of his rulings have ever been rooted in judicial integrity. At the very least, they're nothing more than a business transaction. And having a Supreme Court justice in your cotton field, in your pocket, is pretty
good for business,
just not so good for democracy. This scandal proves Clarence Thomas is nothing but a political prostitute for the Republican Party of conservators and their billionaire pimps. For what it's worth, at least Clarence is a high-priced call girl who essentially prefers turning his tricks from the bench.
Overruled.
For the first time in 10 years, Justice Clarence Thomas has asked a question during opening arguments in a Supreme Court case.
Mystery solved. It's easy to go a decade on the bench without asking a single question when you've already decided your ruling long before oral arguments.
This whole thing is rigged.
Listen, the only people that could possibly thank a careers-long supply of extravagant gifts to a person charged with making monumental decisions that will shape the future of our country would not somehow cloud a judgment or two are the MAGA inbreds.
Well, newsflash!
At this stage in the game, they're not just gifts.
There were payoffs.
Which makes this morally bankrupt idiot no longer objective when it comes to applying the law. And as we can clearly quantify, for Clarence Thomas, the scales of justice always seem to tip a hell of a lot closer to his billionaire benefactors.
He's a manipulative, self-righteous Uncle Tom.
Maybe. Just maybe, this first ballot Hall of Fame House Negro, who has spent his entire career fighting to destroy the working class and minorities, is leaving no stone unturned in his efforts to ensure that he earns himself a first-class
ticket to hell.
I like those odds.
There shouldn't be a problem.
Listen, my heart goes out to the late great Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Bless her resting soul. And the other morally decent, respectable judges on the bench who've had to and will continue to have to share a seat at the table with the likes of this scumbag and his cohorts, day in and day out.
I just can't fathom it.
It takes a heck of a lot of courage to consistently work hand in hand with the same people who have proven themselves to be morally indigent, among many other things, all while continuing to fight for righteousness and basic human decency.
That's commendable.
But all that being said, if you're asking me, no, I still don't think Clarence Thomas should be removed from the bench. He should be thrown from it. Hey, thanks again for watching. Please do not forget to comment, like, subscribe, follow, all the above. As always, whatever you do, thank you for doing it. Peace.